Okay, recording this video on Saturday, the 30th of March 2024, just gone 9:21 p.m. Chicago time. Do hope you are doing well. So it's the weekend and time for another weekend futures market recap, where I go through 15 of the largest futures markets and I show you what I'm seeing on my charts. Do hope you had a good week's trading. I had a great week's trading. Really enjoyed it this week. Enjoyed it the week before as well. It seems like there's just so much activity in all of the markets. Everything's moving. Decent ranges, decent volumes, things happening all over. So that's what I like it, when there's lots of activity. We're going to talk about the E-mini first, as per usual, starting with the daily chart all the way down to the 15-minute and the 13,500 tip bar chart, and then we'll go through the 15 futures markets on the tip bar charts, and I'll give you some thoughts on what I think is going on. So on the daily chart, finally we've had something interesting pop up here on Better Pro Am. A couple of amateur up bars here. It must have been Wednesday and Thursday because we didn't trade on Friday. You can see those little bars there. Just means it's amateur pushing up, amateur bars, low average trade size, low overall volume. So it's a little bit weak. Better momentum down here close to the zero line. The trailing stop is still miles away. No blue professional up bars, which is what we're looking for in terms of profit taking. But this is a little bit of a double top being made. You can see that when we go down to the 15-minute and the 13,500 tip bar chart. Confirmed uptrend in terms of price and volume. These two charts are lining up side by side. So we're still in an uptrend, but we could have a little bit of trouble this week. 135-minute chart here, and we're putting in a little pullback to end of trend. On the 135-minute chart, we had our support come in here after breaking into another trending move. So we're putting in that pullback to end of trend here. The exhaustion sell was the last pattern that we had here. We could have a little bit of a dip as well, generate a flush pattern, something like that in the next week, but we'll wait and see. Still confirmed uptrend, background in red. And the 45-minute chart. This week we sold off a little bit and then we bounced from there. No blue professional bars though on the 45-minute chart up here. And so still an uptrend, a couple of bars of weakness that we had over the last couple of weeks here. But no exhaustion buy, no blue professional up bars, even on the 45-minute chart there. So that is important. Now, finally, on the 15-minute chart, we can start to see a little bit of a pattern going on here. So the vertical solid yellow line marks the beginning and the ends of the week here. And what we've got is we've got a little bit of a double top being made. On better sine wave, it's a nice little pattern. We'll also see this on the 13,500 tip bar chart. With last week's activity, we held at this critical support in the highest time frame, had a little bit of a dip into a dark zone here, busted up into a continuation of the uptrend, and then with this sell-off, again into a little bit of a dark zone, exhaustion sell patterns, showing that there's a lot of selling going on. Picked up, and then we rally, continue breaking up through resistances, support on the intermediate, and then the highest time frame comes in here, and we've raced forward. So we're putting in a pullback to end of trend on the highest time frame on the 15-minute chart. So we found a support down here, we bounced from there, we bounced into an uptrend above resistance, we've come back and we've found support, pullback to end of trend. A little bit of trouble here with the pullback to end of trend on the lowest time frames, resistance on the intermediate time frame, and we're coming up to a cross on the highest time frame with these two lines, this red and cyan line, come back up to 100 and cross. That's when we'll have a little bit of trouble. I think this pattern's already gone off on the 13,500 tip bar chart, and we'll talk about that next. But here we go. This is a classic in terms of better momentum here beneath the price bars, and this shows the buying and selling volume. I talk about the exhaustion patterns, getting the move going and then ending the move. And you can see we sold off with an exhaustion pattern here. Exhaustion sell, bullish divergence comes in at the lows, and they were so anxious to buy it, it created an exhaustion buy pattern. That's getting the move going. That volume, that energy propelled us forward into this move, and then we sold off again at the end of this move. Exhaustion sell, a bullish divergence comes in. These people are too early, and we crack back up with an exhaustion buy pattern. So the exhaustion buy pattern that we have at the end of this move is mirroring the exhaustion buy pattern that we had getting the move going. So that's a really nice pattern. That's the energy getting us going, and they're getting out of the market when it's topping out up here. Now, we've not put in bearish divergence or flush or anything like that yet, but that's important. Exhaustion buy didn't come with blue professional bars. The last blue professional bars we had this week were on the dip. We trailed the stop up on this chart, and so we're coming up to make a little bit of a double top. So this area, what is this level? 5,300 basically. No, It's got to be higher than that. Yeah, 53.20, 53.25, around that level is going to be super important. We'll see if there are stops to run there. Blue professional bars might come in on a little move just above the high on Thursday. So that's important. 13,500 tip bar chart. This is why I like tip bar charts for the cyclical patterns. Everything's a lot smoother here. So you can see the low was made down here with cyclical resistance on the highest time frame here. Move started off, we broke into an uptrend, nice confirmed uptrend here. We find a little bit of trouble with a little pullback to end of trend on the lowest time frame, pullback to end of trend on the intermediate time frame. We dip into that support on the highest time frame with the thick bar there, with an exhaustion sell, bullish divergence. There's no exhaustion pattern on this move here, so this is the exhaustion buy getting the move going, and this is the exhaustion sell ending the move. And on the tip bar chart here, we've got a triple going on. We've got end of trend on the highest time frame come up, which is based on that pullback to end of trend. On the lowest time frame, little pullback to end of trend sequence, syncing up with that, and the intermediate time frame is just a regular resistance coming in there. So that's triple resistance happening up here, super important. So if we go to the professional bars, see what's going on here. Now here you can see the last time we came into these highs, no blue professional bars taking profits, none there. They came in here on the dip. They forced us down at this point, came in here on the dip, bought that dip, and then when we come back up to test into those highs at this level here, it's on the downside of that move. But this level here, they're taking profits. Exhaustion buy, blue professional bars come in here because they know that level is key. They've come in, taken profits up here, and we're starting to dip down. So is this going to move into a solid downtrend? We could easily break support at this level here. That'll take us into a downtrend on better sine wave and breaking this trailing support and better pram. So it could be a confirmed downtrend at that point. But we're so close to maybe tripping up more volume at this point. This wasn't particularly close to the zero line, so yeah, we could maybe see a flush pattern from there, which would be a test back into those levels, and more blue professional bars coming in potentially, but that's a little bit of a double top being made. And what's important to note is on this leg, no blue professional bars. On this leg, there were blue professional bars. They know that level's key, and they decide to take profits at that point there. But remember, professionals leg in and leg out of the market, so you don't see them once. They might come back again and take profits before this thing is all over. So let's keep our eyes peeled for Monday and Tuesday's activity. So there we go, that's the story on the E-mini. Let's talk about some of the tip bar charts. We'll do the Forex markets first with the euro here. This is the new set of indicators that we're going to release in a week or so's time. Two time frames side by side, a low time frame, an intermediate time frame. This time frame, the higher time frame, is used for signaling the market direction, and then you can use the lower time frame for timing entries. What I'm looking for is the background on this chart here shows us whether we're in a confirmed uptrend or downtrend, and on the 1500 tip bar chart of the euro, we are in a confirmed downtrend at this point here. No blue professional bars coming at the lows here or here or here. We had an exhaustion buy at that point, triggering a whole bunch of stops, and we've come back down. This move is not over until we tighten that stop with blue professional down bars coming into here. We got on lower time frames some blue professional bars at the end of Thursday, but this thing is still heading down until we see the exhaustion patterns and blue professional bars coming in. We've got a common pattern on all the Forex charts at the moment that the USD is strong and the Euro, British Pound, Aussie and Yen are weak. British Pound next, here we go, confirmed downtrend, background is in grey. No blue professional bars coming on the lows down here. In fact, we had a stair-step trade. It's tricked up a fraction here, but that was a stair-step trade because we weaken, we come back up. We've seen no blue professional bars, and on the retrace, there's the blue professional bars, step in, and we weaken from there. So on British Pound, we're weak at the moment. Aussie dollar, same thing, we're weak, and I'm short Aussie at the moment. Great trade earlier on in the week. I was short the Aussie dollar into this move, took profits down here, that was great, and come back up to a stair-step trade, exactly the same pattern. No blue professional bars in that move. On the retrace though, the blue professional bars step in. So stair-step trades I really like because the stop can be really tight. You can keep your stop just above this trailing level here. So short Aussie at the moment, expecting this stair step to move down. Yes, the better sine wave patterns are here, are showing a little bit of strength. We're in an uptrend at the moment on better sine wave, but all we need is for this to bounce off a support and then break down through that support, and that'll trip us into a downtrend on the Aussie dollar. Japanese yen, same thing, weakness in the Japanese yen, and the background's in grey, and we've had blue professional bars come in and they're big pro bars. That means the average trade size is super high. So we had them coming in here on the dip, and then when they moved it back up to 67, they came in here on the highs, sell it down. A resistance on all three time frames. Is that right? No, resistance on the highest and the intermediate time frame on better sine wave here. And yep, I mean, we've traveled a long way in this downtrend move. Let me just bump this up. When we broke through this level, so big things happen at triples. Triple support happening at this point. We either bounce or break, and we broke through this level here into a big trending move, and we're putting in a pullback to end of trend on this time frame and a resistance here, resistance to support. So we're playing out a second cyclical turn after end of trend. I know we're a long way down from that breakdown level, but we're not through this trailing support at that point. So let's see if this level is a continuation move on the way down, not a reversal move at that point there. We'll find out on Monday. 10-year notes, here we go. 10-year notes weak as well. We're in a downtrend. We've got blue professional bars come in. We had a confirmed break into a downtrend here after big pro bars came in with exhaustion buy and bearish divergence on the 10 years, took profits. We've come back up. This is a little bit of a stair step. This level will trigger down when the blue professional bars are done, and it looks like they're selling it down at that point, getting this move going to test into those lows on the 10 years. Gold's had a nice move up in the last week. You can see here we bottomed, exhaustion sold, bullish divergence. We had a nice big things happen at triples. Here we break into an uptrend at this point here, the first sign of strength. Break above the trailing stop, and we get nice confirmed moves on better pro-am. A confirmed break here and here, and we raced above 2200 here into a really strong uptrend on gold. Still not finished up. Exhaustion patterns, yes, but no blue professional bars going up, and that's going a little bit parabolic at that point there. Some profit taking on the 750 tip bar chart, but not on the higher time frame chart for a trend. Silver looks like it's making its move at the moment. So exhaustion sell, bullish divergence comes in, end of the downtrend, the background's in grey, so we're over into a dark region here, and we're starting to break into a confirmed uptrend with the background in red. And you can see here the pattern. We found a level of support, signs of strength on better sine wave here. Better sine waves broken into an uptrend with all these red bars, and then we busted it up above our trailing stop with a nice couple of blue professional bars getting this move going. So 25, 25, 10 looks like the start. This is exhaustion buying, getting the move going, the start of this next trending move in silver. So silver has been lagging gold, but I think it might be ready to catch up. Bitcoin this week, exhaustion buy into 71. We weakened from there, but then you can see here the big pro bars come in on the dip. And that level has held at 68,000 here. This is little amateur down bars kind of testing there. We've seen no blue professional bars since this breakout move here. It'd be nice to see one or two as we get this move going back up through 72s there. And it's a big thing happen at triples. A signal happening at the moment with confirmed uptrend there. So that's good on Bitcoin. And what do we look at? Crude, big pro bars happening at the moment, but the last signal that we had on better momentum was exhaustion sell, bullish divergence comes in here, and we've rocketed back up to 83s. So confirmed uptrend at that point. Some big pro bars come in here, but no exhaustion buy at that level there. So crude looks like it's got a little bit of ways to go. Natural gas is looking good. So natural gas down here, exhaustion sell, bullish divergence, big pro bars coming on this time frame, and two little confirmed uptrends in terms of better pro-am and a stair-step trade. Well, I'd call that a stair-step trade. We did have one blue professional bar come in here. I like it when these moves have no blue professional bars until we have the blue professional bars stepping in on the retrace here. But we need to see it break back up through 176, maybe 177 at that point there to get confirmation. And it also comes with a better sine wave, sign of strength down here. We've been looking for this move. We had our big things happen at triple signals back here, but that just led to a break of that level until we put in pullback to end of trend on the highest time frame, and then everything comes together and we start to break into strength at that point. So natural gas is looking good, and copper I think is looking good as well. So down here at the lows we have blue professional bars, not an exhaustion pattern down here, but they were kind of keen to buy it. That's exhaustion buy getting the move going with the big pro bars coming in here. We test into that level, it holds, and a little bit of a stair-step trade here as the blue professional bars step in on this little weakness here, but we need to get back up through 401, 402 to get confirmation that that one's on the way. Here the signal on better sine wave came in at the end of the move here, and we've had a big things happen at triples. So getting through 2.5, 402.5 would trip us into a nice trending move to the upside. So let's see if that happens on copper. Corn. Now the ags, all of the ags went a bit crazy this week. It might have been as a result of the Baltimore crash, putting that port in jeopardy. I think it's quite important in terms of fertilizer distribution. But anyway, so exhaustion sell, bullish divergence, some blue professional bars come in here at the lows on corn with the big pro bars down here, and then we set off and the big pro bars have come in here. So they were super anxious to buy this, and a little dip back into that blue professional zone there seems to be holding. So we need to get back up through 444 in order to signal that this is a proper trending move. On the lower time frame, looks like a little bit of profit taking at that point there, weakening. So let's see, we really need confirmation. We need to get back up through this, out of this zone, to give us confirmation that they were actually buying that whole thing and not just orchestrating this into a little local high from which to dump it. Soybeans, a similar type pattern, lots of activity at the end of the week, and we had exhaustion sell, bullish divergence, big pro bars come in here like they did here. They took profits at this point up here, we've weakened from there, and they've got exhaustion pattern. It's seemingly holding at the moment, and we've got a sign of strength here on better sine wave, but 1200 would probably be the level that we need confirmation on soybeans to get through. And lastly, wheat. Wheat's less going on, a little bit of profit taking up here. We've weakened from there, tested back up, double top, but not really a whole bunch of blue professional bars coming at those highs. So still background in red, so it's still confirmed uptrend on wheat. So there we go, a little bit of a rip around the charts. Hope your trading is going well. We've had a nice 3-day weekend and looking forward to Monday's trade.